Teen dialysis, nightmare. The pantry staple silently attacking your child's kidneys. Meet Alex, a healthy 16-year-old who should be scoring baskets and hanging with friends. Instead, Alex spends 12 hours every week hooked to a dialysis machine, surrounded by elderly patients. Why? Not because of a rare disease or a terrible accident. Alex's kidneys were silently destroyed by something sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Those innocent-looking flavor cubes and broth powders you use to make soups tasty? They're packed with kidney-toxic additives that robbed Alex of a normal teenage life. When doctors showed Alex's parents the true cause, they were horrified. The same flavor enhancers they used in almost every family dinner, products used by millions of families daily, had been silently damaging their child's kidney function for years. The worst part, no warning label mentioned the danger to young kidneys. No doctor had ever told them these common cooking products could cause permanent kidney failure in teens. 2 years ago, Alex was living every parent's dream. Top student, basketball team captain, college scouts already showing interest. Then came the warning signs that something was terribly wrong. Unusual exhaustion after simple exercise, ankles swelling without injury, skyrocketing blood pressure that shocked Alex's pediatrician, and headaches that no medicine could touch. The diagnosis devastated the entire family. Stage 5 kidney failure at just 16 years old. Immediate dialysis required to stay alive. Blood tests revealed dangerous levels of chemical damage. Damage traced directly to the artificial flavor enhancers hidden in nearly everything the family ate. These kidney-killing chemicals had been part of their daily meals for years, accumulating silent damage with every bite. What you'll learn today could save your child's kidneys from the same fate. Because we're not talking about rare chemicals or exotic ingredients. We're talking about those flavor cubes sitting in your kitchen right now, endangering your family's kidney health with every meal. Number 1. Extreme sodium levels. Alex's diagnosis left medical experts with a troubling question. How could a healthy teenager develop such severe kidney damage from something found in millions of kitchens? The primary culprit identified in Alex's blood work was extreme sodium concentration. Let me reveal what's really hiding inside those innocent-looking artificial meat stocks and flavor cubes. A single flavor cube contains approximately 1,000 milliliters of sodium. That's nearly half your entire day's recommended intake in something smaller than a sugar cube. Most parents have no idea they're delivering such a massive sodium bomb to their child's developing organs. Alex's family used 2 to 3 cubes in almost every dinner recipe. Do the math. That's up to 3,000 milligrams of sodium in just one meal, far exceeding the 2,300 milligrams daily limit considered safe. For teenagers with still developing kidney filtering structures, this sodium overload is particularly devastating. When your child's bloodstream is flooded with sodium, their kidney nephrons become severely stressed. These delicate filtering units must process every excess sodium molecule, forcing these vital organs into emergency mode. This repeated assault, meal after meal, creates microscopic damage to the nephrons, the tiny filtering structures that make up your child's kidneys. A single serving of soup made with 2 flavor cubes contains more sodium than 16 slices of bacon. Would you let your teenager eat 16 slices of bacon in one sitting? Yet parents unknowingly deliver this equivalent sodium load through innocent soups and stews. For Alex, this damage accumulated silently for years. While classmates enjoyed the same foods without obvious problems, Alex's kidneys were slowly losing their ability to maintain proper fluid balance. By the time symptoms appeared, over 85% of kidney function had already been permanently destroyed. Medical research confirms that teenage kidneys are particularly vulnerable to sodium damage during growth spurts. The rapid cell division occurring in adolescent kidneys makes them up to 3 times more susceptible to toxin damage than adult kidneys. This critical information is never mentioned on flavor cube packaging. Here's what sodium overload does to kidney tissue over time. Those clear, organized filtering structures become inflamed, scarred, and eventually stop functioning altogether. Alex now takes 8 different medications daily just to manage the consequences of this damage. The dangerously high blood pressure that first alarmed doctors hasn't improved. It's gotten worse as kidney function declined, creating a vicious cycle of damage. You might be thinking, but everyone uses these products. Why don't more people have kidney problems? The answer, they do. Chronic kidney disease is reaching epidemic levels, with over 37 million Americans affected. Many don't know they have it until the damage is severe, just like Alex. Kidney specialists are reporting an alarming rise in early-onset kidney disease among teenagers, especially those with high-sodium diets. Just 20 years ago, renal failure in teens was extremely rare. Today, pediatric dialysis centers are expanding nationwide to handle the growing caseload. The most disturbing part: the food industry isn't required to prominently warn you about these extreme sodium levels. Many products marketed as flavor enhancers contain more sodium by weight than actual table salt, yet they're positioned as cooking essentials in colorful, family-friendly packaging. Some manufacturers have begun marketing reduced sodium versions of their products. Investigation reveals many of these still contain over 600 milliliters of sodium per cube, still excessive for developing kidneys, while adding other potentially harmful chemicals to compensate for flavor. What happened in Alex's happens in millions of homes daily. Parents, believing they're creating nourishing meals, unknowingly deliver repeated doses of kidney-damaging sodium through these seemingly innocent flavor enhancers. Teenage kidney damage correlates strongly with families who regularly use artificial flavor enhancers in home cooking. Most parents are completely unaware of the danger. If you wouldn't let your child eat a straight spoonful of salt, why would you serve them soup made with products that deliver the same sodium load? The difference is perception. One looks dangerous, the other seems helpful. The damage from these flavor enhancers isn't limited to sodium. Laboratory analysis reveals a cocktail of potentially kidney-toxic ingredients working together to overwhelm your child's filtration system. Next, we'll expose the second major kidney-damaging ingredient hiding in these products, one that food manufacturers have fought to keep off warning labels for decades. Number 2. MSG and hidden additives. Extreme sodium was just the beginning of what lab tests discovered in Alex's system. The second major culprit in artificial meat stocks is something you've probably heard of but don't fully understand: monosodium glutamate, or MSG. This flavor enhancer does more than just make food taste better. It creates a dangerous environment for developing teen kidneys. MSG is listed right on the label of most flavor cubes and broth concentrates. What's not explained is how MSG interacts with young, still developing kidney cells. Recent kidney health research has revealed that MSG can trigger significant oxidative stress in kidney tissue. This isn't speculative. It's been documented in multiple medical studies investigating the MSG kidney damage connection. When MSG enters your teenager's bloodstream, it doesn't just add flavor to their food. It creates a cascade of inflammatory responses throughout their renal system. For growing adolescents whose bodies are still developing, this inflammatory response can be particularly damaging to kidney filtration capacity. Laboratory analysis showing how kidney cells respond to prolonged MSG exposure reveals disturbing changes: cell membrane disruption, mitochondrial damage, and early signs of cell death in the nephron structures. But MSG is just one of dozens of concerning additives in artificial meat stocks. Examine a typical ingredient list and you'll find these suspicious terms: hydrolyzed protein, yeast extract, natural flavors, and disodium inosinate. These are what food toxicologists call hidden flavor enhancers. Many are just MSG by another name, or compounds that behave similarly in your teen's body, creating a perfect storm for kidney toxicity. Food manufacturers can legally hide MSG under at least 40 different names on ingredient labels. Terms like spices, flavoring, and even natural ingredients can legally contain MSG without specific disclosure. This industry loophole leaves parents completely in the dark about what they're really feeding their children. Particularly concerning for teenage kidney health are the hidden phosphate additives found in flavor cubes. Terms like disodium phosphate and sodium phosphate appear on many labels. These phosphates are absorbed at nearly 100% efficiency, far higher than natural phosphorus sources in whole foods. When these concentrated phosphates enter your teen's bloodstream, they can form crystal deposits in kidney tissue. Over time, these crystals physically damage the delicate filtering mechanisms in ways that may be irreversible. In Alex's case, medical tests found elevated phosphate levels that had likely been contributing to kidney decline for years. Remember those swollen ankles that were one of Alex's first symptoms? That's classic fluid retention from kidneys that can no longer properly balance minerals and fluids. The combination of sodium, MSG, and phosphate additives creates a perfect storm for electrolyte imbalance that forces the body to retain water. The muscle twitching and cramping Alex experienced? That's another direct result of electrolyte disruption, particularly potassium imbalance. When artificial meat stocks damage kidney function, they impair the organ's ability to regulate potassium levels, leading to these painful and disturbing symptoms that many parents mistakenly attribute to growing pains or sports injuries. Even Alex's declining academic performance had a medical explanation: The brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and persistent headaches all stemmed from the same root cause. Kidneys no longer able to clear waste products from the bloodstream, leading to a condition called uremia, literally urine in the blood. Studies show that early-stage kidney dysfunction can reduce cognitive performance by up to 17% in adolescence, often before other physical symptoms appear. What many parents don't realize is that kidney damage directly impacts brain function. The same flavor enhancers that damage kidney tissue can cross the blood-brain barrier, potentially affecting neurotransmitter balance in developing teenage brains. For Alex, all roads led to the dialysis center 3 times a week, 4 hours at a time. A machine now does what healthy kidneys should, filtering blood, removing waste products, and maintaining the delicate balance of minerals and fluids that keep us alive. The kidney-damaging additives in those flavor cubes destroyed what should have been healthy organs meant to last a lifetime. The most perplexing part of this health crisis? These kidney-damaging ingredients aren't even necessary for flavor. They're industrial shortcuts, cheaper alternatives to real food ingredients that cost manufacturers pennies while potentially costing your child their kidney health. Traditional broths made from actual food ingredients deliver richer flavor without the kidney-damaging chemical assault. But sodium and MSG are just 2 components of the dangerous cocktail found in artificial meat stocks. Next, we'll examine how phosphate additives and artificial colors create even more stress on your teenager's kidney filtering system, and why low-sodium versions might actually be more dangerous to developing kidneys. Number 3. Phosphate additives. While sodium and MSG get most of the attention, there's another group of ingredients in artificial meat stocks that played a crucial role in Alex's kidney failure. Phosphate additives. These lesser-known chemicals may be the most dangerous component of all for teenage kidney health. Unlike sodium, which at least appears on nutrition labels, hidden phosphate compounds often hide behind chemical names that most parents don't recognize or know to avoid. Terms like disodium phosphate, sodium hexametaphosphate, and pyrophosphate might seem like minor ingredients, but they create major problems for your teen's kidney filtering structures. Here's what makes these additives particularly harmful to developing kidneys. Your body absorbs natural phosphorus from real foods like chicken or beans at about a 40 to 60% rate. But these artificial phosphates, your teenager's digestive system absorbs nearly 100% of them, sending a massive phosphate load straight to their kidneys. This overwhelming burden forces young kidneys into emergency processing mode, creating stress on filtration systems that aren't fully mature. When blood phosphate levels rise too high in a teenager's body, something dangerous happens. The phosphate combines with calcium in the bloodstream, forming microscopic crystals that deposit in soft tissues, including their kidneys, blood vessels, and even the heart. These crystal formations can begin years before any symptoms appear, silently accumulating with each meal containing artificial flavor enhancers. For Alex, these phosphate deposits created a double disaster. First, they physically damaged the delicate nephrons. Second, they triggered an inflammatory response that accelerated the damage from sodium and MSG. The triple combination proved catastrophic for kidney tissue that should have lasted a lifetime. Medical research has established a direct relationship between phosphate additive consumption and accelerated kidney function decline. For adolescents with early-stage kidney issues that haven't yet been detected, these additives can speed up progression to kidney failure by up to 5 years. Critical years of development and education lost to preventable kidney damage. Now, Alex must take phosphate binder medications with every meal to prevent further damage. These medications cost hundreds of dollars monthly and come with their own uncomfortable side effects, all because of artificial ingredients that were completely unnecessary for flavor or nutrition. The truly tragic part: these phosphate additives don't even make food taste better. They're added as preservatives to extend shelf life and prevent separation, purely for manufacturing convenience and corporate profit, not flavor or nutrition. They turn what should be a simple flavor enhancer into a potential kidney toxin. After Alex's diagnosis, the family became expert label readers. They were shocked to discover these hidden phosphate additives in dozens of products beyond artificial meat stocks, in processed cheeses, frozen meals, sodas, and even some health foods marketed specifically to active teenagers and athletes. The kidney-damaging additives had infiltrated nearly every aspect of their pantry. Nutritional scientists now recommend completely avoiding artificial phosphates for anyone concerned about kidney protection, especially children and teenagers whose organs are still developing and more vulnerable to chemical damage. For young growing kidneys, these synthetic compounds can interfere with normal development and function. For Alex, the damage was discovered too late. Blood tests revealed phosphate levels nearly twice the normal range, indicating years of accumulated burden on struggling kidneys. The renal overload had been building with every meal containing these hidden ingredients. The good news is that reducing phosphate intake can slow kidney damage progression even after it's begun. For those with healthy kidneys, eliminating these additives now could prevent ending up in Alex's situation. Prevention is infinitely easier than treatment once kidney function declines. The highest concentration of these kidney-stressing additives is found in powdered flavor packets, bouillon cubes, and concentrated stock pastes, precisely the products many busy parents rely on for quick meal preparation. The convenience comes with an invisible cost to your child's kidney filtration capacity. While flavor enhancers with these additives may save a few minutes in the kitchen, is that time worth the risk to your teenager's lifetime kidney function? Natural flavor alternatives exist that don't carry these hidden dangers. Real food ingredients that support rather than damage developing organs. At the emergency room, doctors were alarmed by Alex's blood pressure reading. 195/110, levels that put a 16-year-old at immediate risk for stroke. Blood tests revealed the shocking truth. Kidney function had declined to less than 10% of normal. A devastating discovery for both Alex and stunned family members who had no idea their everyday cooking ingredients harbored such dangers. The most devastating question came after Alex's emergency hospitalization. How long has your teenager been consuming high levels of artificial flavor enhancers? As the family recounted their typical meals, the connection became clear. Nearly every homemade soup, stew, rice dish, and casserole had included multiple flavor cubes or broth concentrates. What they thought was healthy home cooking had been slowly destroying Alex's kidney filtering system. Basketball games gave way to hospital appointments. School absences mounted as dialysis side effects. Fatigue, nausea, dizziness, and cramping became routine. College plans were put on hold while medical bills mounted. The kidney failure that could have been prevented with different food choices now controls nearly every aspect of Alex's young life. The contrast between Alex's new reality and the carefree lives of other teenagers couldn't be more stark. While friends worry about dates and tests, Alex worries about kidney transplant waiting lists and whether dialysis can be scheduled around graduation. The teen kidney damage from those innocent-seeming pantry staples has fundamentally altered life's trajectory. 6 months after changing their diet, the family received a small piece of good news. While the kidneys couldn't recover their filtering ability, Alex's remaining kidney function had stabilized rather than continuing to decline. The elimination of artificial flavor enhancers had stopped the progressive damage, confirming the direct connection between these products and the kidney deterioration. "I don't want anyone else to go through this," Alex explains from a dialysis chair. "The worst part is knowing it could have been prevented if we'd known the danger of these everyday products." Now, between dialysis sessions, Alex has a new mission, warning other teenagers and parents about the hidden kidney dangers lurking in their kitchen cabinets. The good news is that you can create flavorful, convenient meals without risking your teenager's kidney health. These simple swaps can dramatically reduce exposure to kidney-damaging chemicals while actually improving flavor. 1. Real bone broth. Instead of artificial cubes, make simple homemade broth by simmering chicken bones, onions, carrots, and celery for 2 to 3 hours. Freeze in ice cube trays for convenient portions that contain no artificial phosphates or MSG. The natural glutamates in real bone broth provide rich flavor without kidney stress. 2. Herb and spice blends. Create your own flavor enhancers by mixing dried herbs like basil, thyme, oregano, and rosemary with garlic powder and a minimal amount of natural sea salt. These provide intense flavor without the extreme sodium or phosphate additives. Fresh herbs actually contain natural compounds that may support kidney function rather than damage it. 3. Reduced sodium tamari. For savory liquid seasoning, small amounts of naturally fermented tamari or coconut aminos provide rich flavor with substantially less sodium than artificial stocks. These traditional foods contain beneficial enzymes missing from factory-produced flavor enhancers. 4. Mushroom powder. Dried mushrooms ground into powder deliver intense natural umami flavor without any artificial additives. The natural glutamates in mushrooms are bound within the food matrix, making them less likely to cause the inflammatory response triggered by isolated MSG. Certain varieties like reishi and shiitake contain compounds that may actually support kidney function. 6. Batch cooking. Prepare larger amounts of real food when time allows, then freeze in portion-sized containers. This provides the same convenience as artificial products without any risk to kidney filtration health. One Sunday afternoon of cooking can eliminate the need for kidney-damaging shortcuts all week. Involve your teenagers in preparing these alternatives. Understanding the connection between real food and health empowers them to make better choices when eating away from home. Alex now teaches other teens to recognize dangerous additives on food labels. The transformation in Alex's family's cooking not only halted further kidney deterioration, but improved everyone's health. Headaches decreased, energy improved, and blood pressure began normalizing for all family members. The kidney protective diet designed specifically for Alex benefited everyone. What's most frustrating for Alex's family is knowing how unnecessary their tragedy was. The chemical additives that damaged their child's kidneys serve no essential purpose. They're simply cheaper for manufacturers than using real food ingredients. The few pennies saved on production costs translate to billions in corporate profits, but immeasurable costs to families faced with teen kidney failure. Today, Alex's family has transformed their kitchen into a kidney-healthy zone. All artificial flavor enhancers have been replaced with real food alternatives. While this can't restore Alex's damaged kidneys, it has prevented further deterioration and protected younger siblings from the same fate. The question for every parent: will you wait until your teenager shows signs of kidney damage, or will you examine your pantry today? The simple act of replacing artificial flavor enhancers with natural alternatives could save your child. If this information could help protect a family you know, please like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel for more life-saving health alerts that the food industry doesn't want you to see. Your single share could save a child from Alex's fate.